Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be dating, relationships, and societal conditioning. Well, I've got a really good email. I really like this email that this guy wrote. He's basically banging on all cylinders. He's very successful. He's in great shape. He's doing something he loves for a living. He's hanging out and having fun and hooking up. But part of his problem is that it's not really a problem. It's just a concern of his, really, is that what everybody's trying to get him to do, which is to settle down, get married, have kids, all those things. He's around my age. He's dating women, a lot younger women than him that are basically in their 20s, and he's thinking, am I ever going to get too old for this? I'm really having a great time. What do you think, Corey? So I got a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email and address his concerns. And the quote says, societal and religious conditioning are always pushing this unrealistic meme that men and women need to find the one, settle down, and live happily ever after by having kids and a family. This relic of the dark ages where people married as teenagers for survival and hopefully were lucky enough to see their kids grow up and reach adulthood before they died in their late 20s or early 30s is proving to be almost impossible and unattainable for most people in the modern world with an ever-increasing quality of life and longer life expectancy. Dating and relationships are not a one-size-fits-all solution for everyone. The pursuit of happiness, being able to spend your life in your own way, and having a life's work that is emotionally compelling to you is a superior approach to life versus trying to see how long you can stay in and endure an unhappy life or relationship. Staying in it for the kids is not an excuse. Kids need to learn how to get what they want in life, how to have high-quality relationships with high-quality people for as long as they make them happy, and how to design an awesome life instead of earning or eking out a meager living. So true. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hi Corey, I love your work and read your book twice. Keep it coming, it's amazing. I abuse your online videos enough that I think a paid email exchange is fair enough. Here goes. I am soon to be 43 and very fit. I earn a good income and a job I love and have many projects. I do rock climbing indoors and outdoors, and I love running and yoga, and I box. I travel and I have a great life. I have many quality friends, especially guys between 20 and 40 who are active and fit. Generally speaking, I have no problems meeting very hot girls, even as young as 22. I have a life and inner frame. I have a vision and a purpose. Okay, all good. That's the context. Now my two questions. Number one, I have a duality. I genuinely enjoy relationships, love, sharing, intimacy, but I'm really attached to my freedom. Many girls want to lock me down into marriage and kids, and quite frankly, I don't really feel like it. It seems so fucking boring. Hey dude, if what you're doing makes you happy, keep doing it. It's like, remember what I talked about in several videos. It's like what Jimmy Johnson said. Jimmy Johnson is the Super Bowl winning coach. He used to coach the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s and the Miami Hurricanes in the 80s for college football. Very successful. He lives down in the Keys, and he basically, when he's, during the football season, when he's not doing the NFL Fox Sundays with Terry Bradshaw and Howie Long and everybody, I love the quote at the end of the whole thing. It's like, he said, what do I need? Some bait, gas for the boat, a few beers. I just want to enjoy my life. That's my legacy. That's priceless. It's like one of the things he learned from Wayne Heising at QTL, quality time left. It's about having really great quality memories and experiences as long as you got your health and your happiness. So if you're happy, if you're enjoying what you're doing, fucking keep doing it, man. That's fucking awesome. You're living the dream that most people wish they could live. I mean, pretty much everybody I went to high school with, they're fat, overweight, and mostly unhappy. And I went to high school with a lot of kids who grew up in families that were successful and wealthy, and I look at them now and I love them. They're great people. But most of them are fucking miserable. They're overweight, they're not taking care of themselves. And a lot of them are married, and it's like they haven't had sex in ages with their wife. They're not even attractive to themselves and each other anymore. It's like, and they look at me and they're like, dude, you look the same. Every time I see them, they say the same shit. Hey, Corey, you look great. You look the same. I tell them what I've been up to. I talk about who I've been dating or what my dating experiences have been like, and they're all like, fuck, dude, I wish I lived your life, man. They all want to be me. They all want to live like me. So why should I try to conform to their world? I'm enjoying myself. You know, when I was younger, I used to think that I had to be like everybody else. I actually went out and did that. I went out and got married to a great girl. Loved the shit out of me. But I wasn't crazy about her. My problem when I was younger was that I was not able to get into the kinds of relationships with the kind of women that I really wanted to be with. It was incredibly frustrating. It was just difficult. It sucked. I had these fantasies of what the experience would be like, but I didn't know what it would be like. And once I learned this stuff and I got to have these experiences and over and realized that, I mean, when you know this stuff, you realize you can have choices, even if you have a really great, super hot girl. And you do everything right, and for whatever reason she leaves, or you don't get along, or maybe you're not compatible. You don't feel like, I mean, it's going to hurt. I mean, all breakups hurt. It doesn't matter whether you're the dumper or the dumpy. They still fucking hurt. Even when you're the one that ends it, it still hurts like a motherfucker. It's like ripping your fucking heart out. It's not a pleasant experience. But at the end of the day, in the back of your mind, you know that it's really just a matter of time before you find somebody better looking, better suited for you, and who you can have a new experience with. That gives you a tremendous feeling and sense of power, that you can have choice in your personal life. Because most people don't have choice in their personal life. And because they don't have choice, they stay in relationships with people that aren't making them happy. They think, oh, it's like relationships take work, and they're really hard. But are you really happy? When's the last time you had sex? Oh, well, sex is not, like, you haven't had sex in a month, and so you're in a marriage, but it's not important. Really? What happened? Tell me about when you guys first got together. Oh, we were fucking 3-4 times a day. Oh, relationships go in phase. Very few people who have been in a relationship for a long period of time are having sex and having a great time together. That's the reality. I mean, the divorce rate's over 60%. So trying to conform what religion and society says, which is got to find the one, there's more than the one out there. That's what I found, and that's what I've experienced. And I've got a lot of great memories. You know what? And I don't apologize for it. And you know, sometimes I get irritated when people are like, when are you going to settle down and get married, Corey? It's like, why can't I live my own life, dude? Why do I have to conform to the way you think I should be? Worry about your own fucking dick. I mean, seriously. I'm having a great fucking kick-ass time. I'm in great shape. I look good. Girls like me. I'm having a good fucking time. What's the problem here? All my married friends are envious as shit of me. So why should I feel bad? I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty that I'm not married and have 10 kids. I have great life and great relationships. What's the problem here? The way I look at it is most people should be more like me. They'd be happier. They'd be more successful. They'd be in better shape. They'd be healthier. They'd have better quality of life. They'd have better quality friendships. They would enjoy their lives more. And they'd be better parents to their kids. Because at the end of the day, you only got a short period of time to influence your kid. I mean, the bottom line is, in our modern age, women can earn and make just as much, if not more money than men. They can become an entrepreneur and become multimillionaires. Women don't need a guy to co-parent and vice versa. That's the beauty of this modern world and all these people being lifted out of poverty, is that we all have choices now. We don't have to be in relationships strictly for survival like our grandparents did. We can choose to be in a relationship because it's wonderful to be in it. And if it's no longer wonderful, then great, go find somebody that makes it wonderful. Because then your kids see that, hey, if something sucks or it's not working, find something better. What a novel fucking idea. If you hate your fucking job, get a better one. What a novel fucking idea. But when your job sucks, and your relationship sucks, and your friendship sucks, and you're overweight, and you're unhappy, and you're miserable, and that's all you present to your kids, well, guess what? Don't be surprised when they grow up and they have miserable, shitty lives like your own. Think about it. Every parent who has kids, or even like in my case, stepkids, I've helped be a parent to the kids of former girlfriends of mine. I watched them grow up. One of them's about to turn 20 in a few months. I fucking can't believe it. What a gift. To see her happy, to see her smiling, to see them doing fun things that make them happy, to see them in control of their destiny and their relationships, to see them choosing a career that brings them joy. Fucking wonderful. We've all done our jobs as parents when you get to see that. But to see your kid grow up and be worse or unsuccessful or overweight and have all kinds of health problems, hate who they're with, be a miserable parent, have a miserable career, that's, as a parent, to see your kids on, you're going to feel like a failure. But if your kids can be even happier and more successful than you are, I mean, you feel like you've done your job. That's a much better outcome. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here to enjoy our lives, not try to conform to the way other people think we should be. A very wise teacher once told me, you must be who you are. What you should be is not important. He continues on, but is there a point where a guy reaches an age where he simply can't hook up with girls in their 20s? Be brutally honest, as I know you are. I mean, here's the deal. I like beautiful younger women as well, but quite frankly, women that are, most women, not all of them, most women that are in their 20s, pretty fucking immature. And I just don't have much in common with them. But some women that are successful, that are driven, they have something. They have it. They got a look in their eye. Like, give an example. Derek Jeter, the baseball player. Handsome, good-looking dude, played for the Yankees, just retired this past year. Guy is, I think, 41 years old. Who's he dating? He's dating Hannah Davis, is it, I think? She's in that commercial now that's on TV all the time. She's walking down the beach in her bikini with this white horse, and the horse talks. I couldn't tell you what the product is that they're advertising. Fucking beautiful. She's 25 years old. She's a successful model. She was in Sports Illustrated. She's a multimillionaire. She has it. She's got that fire, and she's fucking beautiful. She's perfect. And she's dating Derek Jeter. Now, she's looking at Derek Jeter going, oh, you've been for like 30 supermodels. She's like, every other year you got somebody new. It's like, no. She's hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. He's enjoying his life. He's a fucking alpha male. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And he's, what, 16, 17 years older than she is? And they look like they're having a hell of a time. And you know what? God bless them. I think that's fucking awesome. The world needs more people like that are enjoying themselves and having a great time. As long as it lasts. Maybe they'll be together forever. Or maybe they'll just date for a year or two. So what? They're happy. They're enjoying themselves. And it's their God-given right and gift to do that. God bless them. They're not trying to conform to other people's way that they think they should be. They're just enjoying themselves. I think it's wonderful. Number 2, is there a point where I should settle down? Because if I don't, I risk ending up a lonely old man in my 50s and 60s. Again, this is society trying to say, oh, you got to be a certain way, dude. You got to conform. You got to get into a relationship, because if you don't, oh, God, you're going to be an old man. Like, I'm telling you, 5-10 years from now, you're going to go to your doctor. He's going to take a drop of blood, plug it in the computer. Computer's going to spit out a couple billion nanobots that are programmed with exactly what your body needs. Re-inject it into you over the next week or two. You probably look 20 years younger. Think about it. We all grow from a single group of cells, and if you're able to turn that process back on, you could be youthful, you could regrow your hair, regrow your arms, your spine. I mean, next year, they're going to start a human trial with regrowing a spine. Right now, they have somebody who was terminal, and he was going to be dead by, I think it was June of this year, and they're like, he's like, I got nothing to lose. So they're doing a human trial with him. They're saying he's going to be cancer-free within 9 months. All with nanobot technology. Programmable DNA nanobots. You think about that shit. Human trials are happening right now. And my videos that I've been talking about these past few months, I was talking about 2 or 3 years, but I was like, those videos were actually shot 2 or 3 years ago, those TED Talks and stuff. So it's like, it's happening right now. This is going on right now, today. It's a fucking miracle. You think about that. What would you do if the average life expectancy is 200 to 300 years, unless, of course, you go splat? What would you do with that? Would you want to just be with one person your whole life? That's just not realistic. Again, when people only live to be 25, 30, 35 years old tops, that made sense. Because you'd just be old enough for and it was a survival thing. You had to stick together for survival and work the farm, grow the food that your family ate, and hopefully you got to watch your kids grow up and get married themselves. Maybe even see your grandkids before you kick the bucket at 30 years old. Now you're living to be 300 years old. I mean, you go live on Mars for 50 years, or the moon, or God knows where. I mean, what's going to happen? You think about where we're going to be in the next 100 or 200 years with all the technology coming online, all the amazing things that are happening. Enjoy your fucking life, man. It's a gift. It's precious. Don't spend a second in a shitty relationship or a shitty job or a shitty friendship longer than you have to. Go be awesome. Because think about it. If you go to where are a lot of people? You go to, say, a sports game, a sporting event. You got 70,000 people in the stadium. How many of those 70,000 people really love their lives and are really happy? 2 to 3%. Now think about if 10 years down the road, you go to a sporting event like that, maybe 10 to 20% of the people in that stadium really love their lives. Don't you think the vibe would be different of the people in that stadium? Don't you think it'd be a lot more fun to go to a game like that, or to just go out in public in general? More people are smiling and happy as opposed to walking around with a fucking scowl on their face. Think about it. Go people observe. Go to a fucking park. Go to the mall. Go to a sport and just sit down and watch people. Watch couples as they interact. Who walks in front? How are they talking to one another? Are they even paying attention? Or are they like a fucking monkey on their smartphone? Think about it. Most people are fucking miserable. And you're enjoying your life? And you're saying, gee, should I settle down because that's what everybody else is doing? Do you want to be like everybody else and be miserable? I'm saying settle down only if you can't imagine life without the other person. But if you don't feel that, then just enjoy it for as long as it lasts. He says, when I look at the next year, I don't feel any fear at all. I have many cool projects. I feel super fit and tight, etc. But when I think of the long term, I sometimes think that there will come a turning point where I will have missed the window of opportunity, so to speak. Hey, dude, as long as what you're doing is working for you, keep doing it. Because you know what? You're the exception to the rule at this point in time. Right now, most people don't live the way you're living, but it's like Derek Jeter's living that way, and it's fucking worked for him. And I always see he's always fucking smiling. Why do you think he's smiling? Because he's getting his brains fucked out by a really hot, super successful, super wealthy woman who is like-minded, who shares the same goals and shares the same values. And when that doesn't work out, or if it doesn't work out in the future, what happens? 6 months later, 3 months later, a year later, you see him with somebody else who's just equally as ravishing and amazing and interesting. And you think, that's beautiful. It's amazing. That's the way it should be. That, to me, is what you should aspire to. That's because the divorce rate's 60%, and the rest of the people, the majority of the people that are married, are just, we're standing for the kids. Very few people, I'm talking like 1 to maybe 3% that are married are really crazy, really happy, and really enjoying their relationship. And all the rest of them, they just don't have the guts to leave and go find what they want because they don't have choice in their life. They lose the person they're with, or it ends, they're terrified that they'll never find anybody better. But you're living your life and you're finding one amazing woman after another. And that's what I've found. Because that's the way it is. It's your birthright to live like that. It's not to conform to what other people think you should conform to, but to live your life. At the end of the day, success really is being able to spend your life in your own way. And it's all working for you. Keep doing it. Because I promise you, if you go and do something because you think it's what you should do, or what people around you are telling you that you should do, or society says you should do, you're not going to be happy. I've tried it. It didn't work for me. The most happiness that I experienced in my life, it's just like what what Steve McQueen said. I live for myself and I answer to nobody. That doesn't mean you're going to be a selfish jackass. It just means you got to make yourself happy first. Because if you're not happy, you're not going to be happy in a relationship. You're not going to be a great friend to your friends. You're not going to be a great parent to your kids. First and foremost, your relationship with yourself is the number one most important relationship in your life. If you got a great relationship with yourself and you love you and you love hanging out with you, then you're in a perfect place to share your completeness with another complete, amazing, whole, happy, well-rounded, interesting, fascinating, sexy member of the opposite sex. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to go to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.